News for people who can't stand the news.
Hey people, how you doing? It's your man Tim Black. Thank you for tuning into News for people who can't stand the news. And look, when I was on Facebook, I asked my people, I said, people, tell me what kind of questions people ask you or what kind of pushback do you get from people who don't want to support Bernie Sanders? And they came up with a list of things that they commonly hear when they're talking to friends, when they're talking to family, when they're just talking, co-workers, what have you, that they would say that would be like objections to Bernie Sanders. And the number one thing that people said was, he's too old. Now, like, look, hey, I'm not going to be one of those people that knock you for that, right? When people ask that or when people say that, I don't get mad at them because it's a valid thing. That's something people can, wonder about. But what we need to do is kind of unpack that a little bit and like look at it realistically. Because I know ageism is a thing, just like sexism is a thing, just like racism is a thing. All these isms everywhere. But here's the deal. Let's look at it for what it is, unpack it, and see if we can get to like the bottom of it and give some real information that can help people make a decision. Because that's what it's about. It's not about demonizing people. It's about informing people. So look, first of all, first thing is this. Bernie Sanders isn't the only one getting older, man. We all are. I'm getting older. You're getting older. We're all getting older. But the reason why Bernie's so popular is because he talks about issues that concern us no matter how old we are. So that's number one. It ain't about your age. It's about how important are you or how do you address what's important to me. All right? What's in it for me? So that's why it's so popular. Number two. Bernie ain't the only one that's over like age, like has some age on him, right? Bernie's not the only old guy in the room. Let's just say it. Did you know Trump is only 5 years younger than Bernie? And Hillary is the same age. She's 69. Trump's 70, right? They're all old. Come on. They're old. They're old. Bernie would set a record, but so would Trump. And Hillary, she's only a couple of months difference between her and Trump. So she would be setting a record too, pretty much. Well, right there. She'd be right there on the cusp. Right? So that's the first thing. Well, second thing. Second thing is they're all old. So if you take that off the table and you realize that all of them are old, probably the youngest one running at this point is Cruz. See what focusing on age gets you? You get you weird Cruz, like scary, creepy Cruz. Is that what you want, America? You want a creepy Cruz because you don't want a healthy, vibrant Bernie Sanders? You're willing to subject the planet and your children and me, your friend Tim Black, to a president named Cruz. He don't even like Hispanics or Cubans or Americans or people or the earth. All right. Now, here's the most important part, man. And for this, I have a few notes. Because when we talk about age, we're really not talking about age and number. We're talking about health, right? I mean, because age is like this thing. It's abstract. I mean, it's a number. It's rooted in reality. But it doesn't really matter because it's all relative. Like, you could be 40 and be in horrible shape, right? And you can be 80 and be in great shape. And who has a better quality of life and who has more to give? Ask any 40-year-old that needs to lose like 300 pounds. Come on. And also diseases, illnesses, sicknesses that you have no control over. Maybe a lifestyle choice that's horrible. All these things matter beyond just the number that's on your birth certificate. This is what you should know. Abraham Lincoln, he suffered from depression. Teddy Roosevelt suffered from asthma, was blind in one eye as a result from boxing, was deaf in one ear, and today he probably would have been diagnosed as bipolar. Yeah, Teddy. Ronald Reagan, Alzheimer's. And some people say he had Alzheimer's when he was in office, especially when he was debating against Walter Mondale, shuffling with papers and what have you. People joked about it, but it really wasn't funny. All right, JFK, he had hyperthyroid disease, Addison's disease, took several steroids and medications, including some type of antipsychotic. Yeah, JFK had a lot of issues. Great president, great man, a lot of issues. Last but not least, FDR. FDR had heart disease besides polio, both legs paralyzed. He had heart disease and high blood pressure. And we're talking advanced heart disease. Last but not least, Nixon. Well, Nixon created the drug war to destroy black people and leftists. That's not a disease, but it is sick. All right. So these are just things I want you to take into consideration as you try to form an opinion about, labeling someone. Yes, Bernie Sanders is old. But you know what? That's our fault. Yeah, it's our fault that he would be the oldest president. We should have made him president 15, 20 years ago. We should have been elected this guy. We should have been had him run. We should have been supported him because he's been saying the same stuff for 30, 40 years, so we should have been had him, right? Just because we're late doesn't mean we should make it never. I'm Tim Black. Subscribe to this channel and get more information about Bernie Sanders for you before you make your decision. I think he's the best person running for president, and I stand by it. And age ain't nothing but a number. The man is healthy, and he's ready. And oh yeah, feel the burn.